I like to be honest, and I have totally failed. Hello guys, Happy New Year. If you haven't been here before, my name is Andrea and my mission is to help others take back control of their health. So I have so much to go over with you guys. Since the last time we talked, I added eggs and butter, and it has definitely helped me sustain through the rest of my 90-day challenge. But some things had happened. I got sick right before Christmas, as I think everybody else did. I was supposed to fly to Ohio, and Dan bought me everything I needed to stay on the diet. It was frustrating because I really wanted to go and visit, and I had to stay home because I was just so sick. So when I was sick, I really wasn't hungry, so I ended up drinking bone broth and even eating some soup that was like a squash soup, just to get stuff down. And then Dan came down Christmas Day, and we stuck pretty well, but he wanted homemade French fries and stuff like that. So I had made some homemade honey mustard, and I made myself a baked potato. So I did go off for a couple days, and he also brought these, oh man, I don't even know what they're called. They're like coconut sticks. They are so good and they're addicting. So I've kind of fell off. Again, not too bad. I was just snacking here and there, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, I'm on the 90-day challenge, and I like to be honest, and I have totally failed this 90-day challenge. It is way harder than I expected because I am not as sick as I used to be. So I can get away with eating things. Unlike when I was really sick, I couldn't even like smell certain things without getting hives. So it's good and bad because I have a harder time controlling my sugar cravings and things like that because I know that I'm not going to react like I used to. But I'm going to finish out until January 31st really strong, and I'm going to video all my meals, put it into a video for you guys each week so that you guys can see what I'm eating. When I get stressed, and especially after I get sick, I tend to overeat. So I have been overeating. Again, I'm not like eating pizza and cake, but I was consuming some keto treats, some things with coconut sugar in them. It kind of just, I don't know, it became like a daily thing, and I'm like, what am I doing? This isn't, I totally forgot. I don't want to be hard on myself because that's just gonna make things worse. And this is a learning process, and the reason I was doing this was to see if some of my symptoms would go away, and they have, even though I've added more food in. But I'm going to stick ruminant meats, organs, eggs, and dairy. So I started a workout routine as well. I really, really want to get back into Muay Thai. I did Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for about 5 years, off and on. I really want to get back into it. I don't know with my symptoms if I can sustain that. So one of my main symptoms that I have just had such a hard time overcoming is the palpitations and the tachycardia. Last night, I was at Bible study, and just standing and singing, my heart rate went up to 120. And it's just so frustrating because it's like some days I'm fine, some days I'm not, but usually after I work out, I'll get chest pain and palpitations, and it is not fun. Sometimes after I eat, that'll happen, and it's most likely a histamine response, but I've been doing a lot better with those. But sometimes if I eat something that I've never eaten before or I haven't eaten in a long time, I'll get that response. So it's been frustrating. So I guess the bad news is that I've failed this 90-day challenge, but I'm not gonna play it off like I've been completely perfect this entire time, because I haven't. But I am going to try my best to finish this out really strong until 31st, and then in February I'm going to start incorporating other foods. I need diversity, but I need to feel full. I just don't feel full, and I don't know why. I'm definitely eating enough protein, I'm eating enough fat, but I just need something else. I don't know what it is. And I don't want to eat too much protein and fat, because that's what has been happening, and I've been gaining weight, and I'm just a little frustrated. So if you guys don't remember, I have actually been carnivore animal based for about 2 years now, and this was just an experiment for me to see if I could do it, and I can't. When I was really sick, I could, because I was desperate and I would react to everything. But now that I can't react, now that I don't react to a lot of things, it's been challenging. So on the bad note, I failed. But on a good note is I got a couch. And it came with pillows, and well, Dan gave me other pillows. But Dan and his family rallied together and gave me money for Christmas to buy a couch, and I was so grateful and just full of joy and tears. Not that I have to have a couch, but it's been really nice to come home and sit on the couch and read a book, or watch a show or something like that, or journal, because I would just sit at my computer or lay in my bed, and it got frustrating because I sometimes wanted to watch a show or something on YouTube on the TV. So it has been amazing, and I love it. Big shout out to Dan. Thank you so much for the couch. I know he's enjoyed it too. So I don't really have much to say, but I think it's important, if you start carnivore, to have an accountability partner. I am definitely an abstainer. I have a real big problem with binging and also relying on food when I'm stressed. So I need to kind of calculate when I'm feeling stressed and say, okay, I have to eat protein before I eat anything else, so that I don't binge on empty calories or things that I shouldn't be eating. So Steak and Butter Gal and Kelly Hogan and a couple other carnivores in the carnivore space, they do like group sessions. I think that is amazing, because I have figured out when you are a lone wolf, you can get sidetracked really, really easily. I think that's with anything that we do when we're trying to be consistent, and whether it's working out or eating, or even in your spiritual life with praying, reading the Bible, being abstinent, any of those things, I think that we need accountability. We need somebody checking up on us, saying, hey, how is it going? Let's troubleshoot something, or let's do it this way. Because we can convince ourselves that it's okay, it's just this one time. I'm not saying that you can never eat anything ever again, but if you're doing a carnivore diet for healing, it's definitely important that you stick to it and try your best not to add other foods in unless they're whole foods, and at the right time. I absolutely love the carnivore lifestyle. This way of eating has completely changed my life, but I am ready to add some other things back in and be more animal-based. I think that we were designed to eat other things, not all the time. I think meat definitely is our primary food source, but I'm excited to create foods. I love cooking. I'm excited to create foods that are traditionally prepared. So like sourdough bread and fermented vegetables, other things like that. So I'm going to wrap this up with saying I will be continuing till the 31st, and I'm gonna document all my meals so that I can have accountability, and I'll be posting a weekly video until then. And I will be working out. So maybe I'll add those into the videos, we'll see. I'm starting off really subtle, just to kind of get things going, because I would work out and push myself, and then the next day it was too much, and I would be out for like a whole week. Not out like I used to be, where I was like bedridden, but I was like really sore and my chest hurt, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm doing too much. So I really need to increase my endurance and my cardiovascular health very slowly, and we will see. I'm not sure if I actually have physical damage to my heart and my arteries. I may, from the virus and Lyme and mold, but it could also just be my vagus nerve and my nervous system that is just having inappropriate tachycardia and palpitations. So we will see. Oh, and I was gonna mention something that happened to me Thursday and Friday. So I buy most of my ground beef from a local farm down the street, and I went to go pick up 10 pounds of ground beef and like 2 pounds of some other like steak meat. And I got home and I forgot it in the car because I put it in the back seat, and I normally don't do that. The next day, Friday morning, I had gotten to like my second customer of the day and had realized that I didn't put my meat in the freezer, and I was like, no, I did not leave it in the car. And I did. I left 12 pounds of meat in my back seat, and I was like, surely it's gonna be all thawed and gone bad. The sun is shining. It's like in the 50s. And so I like called Dan. I was crying. I was like, I can't believe I did that. So I got home around 4:30, and I like beelined to my car, and I checked all the meat, and it was still frozen. You have no idea, because I was praying. I said, Lord, please, on my way home, please keep this meat frozen, because I do not have the budget to buy more food right now. And that was like 2 or 3 weeks worth of food, and it was frozen. So a big praise report, honestly, because it blew my mind. Maybe I'm just not used to that because I'm from Florida, and if you leave anything in the car, it's gonna be hot. But here in North Carolina, it's been pretty cold, and so it was still frozen, and I was really happy about that. So I just want to encourage you guys that if you do, or if you have fallen off the wagon these holidays, don't beat yourself up. Tomorrow is a new day, and you have a chance to decide the next meal that you are going to be having, which is such a privilege here in the States that we can actually choose our next meal. So make sure that you choose the right one. As always, see you in the next video, and remember to eat your steak.